I'm here with another book review. This is Rise the Mage, Book 1 of Resurrecting Magic by Keary Taylor. And let's jump into it. So I wasn't going to read this series just because I don't like magic stuff like this. I don't really like wizards or witches or all of that. But I decided to give it a try because I love Keary Taylor and these books are short and I want to read all her books. So here I am. So we have Margot, the daughter of a professor. She is going to college. She's, if I remember correctly, she's 19. Loves books, obviously. She reads a lot. She's actually a Latin major, I believe. She wants to be a teacher. She wants to be a professor like her dad at that same university. Her parents were both professors, if I remember correctly. Her mom disappeared mysteriously. And they don't know what happened to her. I think it was about a year or two ago. I can't remember. But she disappeared mysteriously. Everyone was on the campus, etc. She comes across a guy, Nathaniel, who has the coolest last name, Nightingale. That's cool. Nightingale? Whatever. Too country for that last name. I love the way Nathaniel looks, first off. I don't know, there's something about him that just feels different than what I'm used to reading when it comes to attractive guys. He's tall, slender. He's actually quite muscular underneath. You can't really see it, but he is slender. He's angular. He is well put together. I really liked him. At first, I was like, nah, but then I was like, you know what? His personality also adds to that. So I really like Nathaniel. I love the closeness that Margot and her dad has, by the way, as well. And I love how smart they are. Now, she meets Nathaniel. He is working at the bookstore the library on campus. Normally, it's females, and she's like a dude, and he's like, a guy can't work in a library. She's like, oh, no, that's not what I meant. It's great. Hi, Bo. What are you doing? Anyway, he has this book, and it looks like gibberish, and she comes forward and touches it, and she's like, oh, I can read it, and all of that jazz. And long story short, Nathaniel is a mage. They come up with the name mage because witch, wizard, all that sounds too, not. So they're mages. She is also one. And that's why she can read this book. It's hidden by a glamour that if a mage touches it, you can read it. Otherwise, it just looks like gibberish. It's in Greek, literally. Turns out it's from their blood. They were a descendant of a witch from the witch trials in Salem, or just around the world. Nathaniel is also bullied throughout the book by these popular guys. I can't remember what they're called right now. Anyway, he's bullied, all that. She stands up for him. I think Margot is an interesting character. I didn't have much of a connection with her in the beginning, but I do appreciate her temper. Compared to him, he's very meek on purpose. Because of reasons. They start training their abilities and wonder if there are more like them because it seems like they were all basically wiped out by the witch trials. Their bloodline, their lineage. We see them develop their relationship. It's really sweet. They end up wearing a ball together. Nathaniel is it's the ultimate bully. And she ends up revealing her power, Margaret does, and to protect him. Other things happen, etc., etc. I really liked this. I really enjoyed it. I do think that they're going to start up a school because I feel like that's where this is going to go. They're going to start up a school. It's going to be like Harry Potter. You're a wizard, Harry. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm enjoying the series. I think their relationship's really cute, and I enjoyed Margot's relationship with her dad a lot. It's really creative. It's interesting, and I can't wait to see what else Keary Taylor brings to the table with Rise of the Mage, or with the next book, Resurrecting. With the Resurrecting Magic series. So I hope you check it out. Link in the description. And I'm going to go let bacon in. This is Keeper of the Lost by Keary Taylor, book 2 of Resurrecting Magic series. This will contain spoilers for the first one, probably. So I enjoyed this one a lot. There's a lot that happens. There's stress between Margot and Nathaniel. There's Borden, who was a society boy, one of the preppy boys, the bullies, if you will, that really hurt Nathaniel. Like, Nathaniel could have died if Margot wasn't there, kind of thing. And he showed up last book, I have magical abilities, and it's like lightning. It's really cool. He denounces the society boys and starts hanging out with Margot and Nathaniel, and the society boys don't like that. They say no. All three of them have started a grimoire, which is just their findings or whatever, spells and abilities, and it's just a journal. They're journaling their abilities, whatever. There's bullying that goes on. There's testing their powers. They talk about creating a school, which I was right about. They practice a lot. I feel like this one's a lot more of a build-up. I'm not saying it's boring. It's really good. Margot and Nathaniel decided to take a step back with their relationship because they start having issues. They want to know each other as friends first. They just kind of dove into it head first. But I honestly agree with the being friends first kind of thing. They find a way to be able to tell which books are magic because they're looking for these magic books that have glamours on them or just are an affinity, I guess, to magic. And it's really cool. I thought it was a really cool process that they did that, even though the use of blood for things makes me a little weirded out just because Bible stuff. So I'm just like, ooh, but those were words. I liked the ending of this one. Feels very Inkheart to me. If you haven't read Inkheart by Cornelia Funke, I don't know how to say her last name. Go check that out. That's like one of my most favorite books. I thought this was a good sequel to the first. I enjoyed it. I ate it up. I'm excited for the third one. Sorry, it's not the last one. There are 4 books. I'm excited for the third one. They are short reads. I guess I just don't have a lot to say about this one. It was good. I know I said it in the last one, but I absolutely love Margot's relationship with her dad. And I love that they find her mom's kind of study place. They'll have to leave it behind because of spoiler reasons. But I love that idea that it's kind of being passed on. And they do want to make that old rundown mansion on the beach. They want to make that into their little study place. So that'll be interesting. Can't wait to see or imagine it all fixed up and all that. And they really do want to do this magic school thing, which I'm like, I was right. But it makes sense because, technically they're a bunch of wizards. Wizards are high intelligence. They read a lot of books. You need a place to store those books and you need people to teach because if you don't really know the subject, you won't be able to really teach it. Once you're able to teach the subject, you really know it. So I think that is a nice addition and I can't wait for that. So I'm excited for the next book. This one wasn't a very long review of it, but it's really good. I'm enjoying the series. This is Shadow of the Locked by Keary Taylor. Here's the summary. So basically where we left off from the last book is they started trying to create the school that they wanted to create. And they went to the UK basically to look for books that are magical so that they can learn more about their magic. And then this dude pops out of a book. He was locked in a book. And they were like, what the frick? And he was like, oh, where am I? We don't get a lot of stuff about him in this one because there's a lot going on between Margot and Nathaniel. And they're also trying to grow their numbers. They're trying to find other people. They're trying to find other books. Borden and Margot end up traveling because they're expelled. They got expelled and they won't be finishing out their days at the college. Borden was cast out from his family because he isn't with the society boys anymore because he hates them. But he and Margot travel a lot more than the others because the others have jobs in school. And Margot figures out how to actually turn rocks into gold. So she's been using that. They've been using mind manipulation tactics to make sure the jewelers aren't like, you've been bringing in a lot of money here. Or a lot of gold here, especially in the UK, where apparently they ask a lot more questions than they would here. It was another good book in the series. I did enjoy it. And there was a point where I was like, I think I know who this person is or whatever. And I was right. The battle scenes, there were like 2 of them. They were short. And I kind of wish they had more description, but they were good nonetheless. I did enjoy it. Sounds like a good book in the series. Keary Taylor does an amazing job with all her side characters and her characters. And there were like once or twice with Borden that I just felt like not rushed, but it just felt so jarring, I guess. But I think that's because those parts with Borden were in between like little montages of them actually going places and looking at books and looking for books and looking for people, etc. But they actually find a lady who is the final lady and a man. Are they both in Germany? I can't remember. That know way more than they do about all this stuff. And they make friends with one of them and the other one they have to wipe the memories of because he has a ton of books that they need. But they reimburse him with like a ton of money. We learn in this one that some of these mages' powers can be locked or have been locked. Were locked in the past by a man who didn't want the secret of magic getting out because of, fear and stuff like that. There were 2 opposing battles. One was that one, and the other one was the opposite. He wanted the world to know because he didn't want to live in hiding and all that jazz. And so they had a big war in the past. But it's really good. I appreciated the dramatic irony toward the end where we knew something that Margot didn't because she forgot. And I think that worked really well. And I was just waiting for whenever the holes would poke through because we've learned that happens. Because she went and did it to Borden with the society boys whenever they bullied Nathaniel. And that's how we learned Borden was one of the mages. I think there's quite a bit to wrap up in the last book because the last book is the next one. And I am excited to see where it goes. So yeah, reading this book series for a little while. I just have been busy, huh? So yeah, that is Shadow of the Lock by Keary Taylor. Link in the description or in the description. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you check out this book series. I love Keary Taylor books so much. And yeah, thanks for watching. This is Academy of the Found by Keary Taylor. So I think I mentioned this in the very first review of these books. I don't really read or watch witchy stuff. I just don't like it for personal reasons and I guess other reasons. But I just don't really like them, but I gave this a shot because I love Keary Taylor. It did take me a while to get through this book. I'm not sure why. I think I was just in a slump and I didn't really want to read. But I loved the conclusion. I loved the development of the relationship in the end. It is happy ending. So let me go ahead and give you that summary. The weight of being a mage is piling up. I discovered the truth of who it really is, and he tried to kill me for it. Me and Nathaniel are students. We're not murderers, but he's putting every single one of us at risk. And a modern witch hunt is just around the corner with him on the loose. We must deal with him. My mother has returned. We have been wary of portal magic ever since her disappearance, but she's brought with her a tale far more perilous and wilder than I could have ever imagined. What we do is dangerous. As we discover more and more magic, we're experimenting with our own lives every single day. We can't ever forget the risk. The Academy is growing, our knowledge of magic is speeding along. Nathaniel and I are planning our wedding, so in many ways, all our dreams are coming true, but none of it is safe until we put an end to Olin. It will take every student at Nightingale Academy to put an end to this. Battle magic was something I never wanted to focus on, but we will do whatever it takes to protect each other. Don't miss the epic finale to the Resurrecting magic series. I love the growth that they have, both personally and magically, and I love the idea of the Academy, the school, which I called from the beginning. Thank you very much. Fighting the big bad is always a great climax moment, and it was really interesting seeing that happen, and I really enjoyed it. I just, for some reason, it felt rushed to me, and I'm not sure if it's because I read it wrong or I took too much time between reading. I'm not sure, but it felt like it happened really quickly. Anyway, I did enjoy the nuance of like death and dying and stuff like that, and that was really interesting to see, and the pros and cons of learning this magic, doing what they're doing, how it could be used against them and for them, etc. It was interesting to see. I think Margot and Nathaniel are a good pair. This isn't my favorite series of Keary Taylor. My favorite will still probably be... So it was branded at first, but Crown of Death kind of kicked that into the water. I really, really liked Crown of Death a lot. It's from the House of Royal saga. Or not saga, I'm sorry, universe. It's the Blood vs. Descendants universe. What? Blood Descendants universe. I think that's what it is. Because she has a few series in that umbrella. And I think that one was just the best. That's all I can say. This one is good. It's okay. It's not one that I would read again, or I don't think I'd get the paperbacks of this. Maybe I would just to support Keary Taylor, but I wouldn't get them to read them again. You know what I mean? That being said, this was a really good series and I enjoyed it. And I thought the ending was great. I thought the character growth was great. I love the different cultures that we get to see, such as Scottish and Irish and so on and so forth. Her side characters are always the best. And I do have one quote. I didn't highlight anything else, but I just have one. I have enough, I answered honestly. We find happiness in our current circumstances. I want what I have. I don't need the entire world looking at. And I loved that. So this one was a little bit of a shorter one. I enjoyed this series. I hope you took this journey with me, and I hope you picked these books up and you read them too. If not, definitely check them out because I'm not going to spoil what happens. It's just so interesting, and I love the found family aspect of it, how all these young adults came together and they were like, oh, we can all do this thing. This is really interesting and really cool. And I also do enjoy the nuance around locking away the magic versus having it. I think it'd been really cool if we kind of explored more of the locking it away aspects and the pros with that, because that's what Olin was for against. He wanted to show the world all this magic. And I guess, if I remember correctly, wanted revenge more or less for the witch trials, etc. Whereas his counterpart wanted to lock all the magic away and stuff like that. I think it would have been really cool to explore both of these ideas a little further. And would it have been interesting, I'm going off on a tangent, if some of the characters actually agreed with Olin and went to his side or something, or started fighting for him. We'd probably have a longer series and bigger books that way, but I think that would be interesting. I don't know. I just like the ideas of exploring both sides of the nuance, but then you probably end up with a book like Chidi in the Good Place, you know? You know what? If you know, you know, right? Anyway, I enjoyed this series. Go check it out if this sounds like something you're interested in. This is the last book of this series, so there are 4 books. There is Rise of the Mage, Keep of the Lost, Shadow of the Locked, and Academy of the Found, all by Keary Taylor. You can look at all my reviews for this series here on my YouTube channel if you want to. But if this is something you're interested in, the link in the description or in the description below. And I don't know, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!